Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Grace with the Grit. I film about faith and I inspire people to become more productive. If this is your very first time for seeing this face, thank you so much for stopping by. If it's not and you're constant, I do appreciate your commitment. Thanks a lot for stopping by. So if you're new, please subscribe. Please be a part of this wonderful family. And I'm sure you're going to have a good time. So today we're going to be talking about something very important, which basically has to do with our emotions. Okay? How to control your emotions. Your emotions swing, your emotions change, and you can control your emotions. That is something you need to understand. First of all, I'll start by telling us what your emotion is. Emotions basically are, some feelings you have which are derived from situations that happen around you. Okay, so if something happens around you, happens to someone around you, it tends to affect you. If something happens to you, it definitely does affect you. So how you feel at that point in time, because something has happened, is what we call an emotion. Okay, now emotions are different. You may feel scared, you may feel happy, you may feel sad, you may feel in love, you may feel overwhelmed. There are all sorts of emotions given the different situations that go on in our lives. Definitely with the current pandemic going on, people are scared. Yeah, so this is an emotion going on around town, around the globe, in people's minds. But we should understand that this fear we feel is being encouraged by the media. Okay, I'm not saying anything bad about the media at this point. I'm just saying that the things you open your mind to, the things you listen to, the things you constantly feed yourself with tends to affect your emotions. Okay, definitely you need to be informed, you need to keep abreast to the news out there, but the more you feed yourself with negative news and information, the more you feel negative. Okay, so I'm just going to give us 5 simple ways I believe we can actually control our emotions. The first thing I think we should do is to learn not to react instantly. You don't want to react instantly. You don't want to hear bad news and immediately you feel, oh my God, I can't take this. I need to call this person and I need to do this. And then you're taking drastic measures. You want to give yourself some time. You want to give yourself some space to think about it, to make sure you're making the right decisions. Because most at times we tend to make a lot of wrong decisions acting in a haste. You've not thought of it. You just feel this is probably what I should do right now. So this is just my, my first tip for today. Give yourself space to think about what has happened. Think about the pros, think about the cons of any action you want to put out there. And then this is going to help. Right. The second point I just want to put out there for us today is to speak to someone about it. Just air it out. You don't want to keep that within you, whatever it is really. You don't want to keep it within yourself alone, especially when it has to do with you making decisions. Speak to someone. That is usually why I advise for us to be accountable to someone. Have someone you look up to, someone to whom you can say things that matter to you and you really value their advice or their opinion about things going on in your life. So speak to someone. You may just want to write this down. You may want to start a journal. This is not a girly thing for guys watching this. It's just about the whole point, the whole aim is to let it out of your mind. Don't keep ruminating. You're thinking about it. You cannot constantly keep, ruminating about it. Speak to someone, write it down, air it out. It's gonna give you time and space to think and to make sure that you're making the right decision. At this point, I just had this little story that crossed my mind. Okay, imagine a little boy who gets offended or bullied by a friend, and he runs to his dad and he's like, oh, dad, I just got beat by a friend, and he says, and then he pushed me on the playground and I hurt myself, and he's feeling really bad and he's crying to his father, and his father's like, oh, sorry to hear this, so what do you want to do about it? What should we do? And the boy goes, no, Dad, I'm gonna tomorrow during lunch break, I'm gonna hurt him as well. And then the father says, sit down there, take a piece of paper and a pen, sit down and just write the numbers 1 to 1,000. And obviously at that point the boy is thinking, Dad, why do you need me to do that? He's like, just don't worry, just sit down, sorry about the tears, wipe your face, sit down, right? And he starts going 1, 2, 3, you get to 100, you get to 200, you get to 300, and you go to your dad and you're like, and the boy is like, Dad, I don't know why you're asking me to do this. What's this for? Just keep writing. When you get to 1,000, come back to me. And he keeps writing and he gets to 500, 700. The third time he goes to his dad, he goes back to sit down. By the time anybody completes 1 to 1,000 in a piece of paper, trust me, you have taken your mind off whatever it is you were focused on before. The whole point in this story is that the boy would have been exhausted. Chances are that he would say, it wasn't that bad, I don't even feel the pain anymore. Okay, so yes, it brings us to the next point. Learn to take your mind off stuff. Try to fill your mind with something else, with someone else, with another story, with good music, with positive vibes. Yeah, you don't want to hear something bad and you're thinking about it every day for 72 hours. That's messing with your mind, to be honest. But that is low-key playing with your mind. You may not even realize it. Again, they say a habit is formed in 30 days, in a month. Do something constantly, consequently for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So you want to be careful about the little things you tend to do and say, it's just who I am, it's just what I do, it's just what I enjoy to do. No, you can change the things you love to do. You may want to try that yourself. You get upset at someone or you hear something negative at any point in time, sit down and write 1 to 1,000, not to 100, not to 500, to 1,000. The point is, most of us will not be able to finish that. Halfway you feel, I get the point, I don't need to, to react in the first way I thought to. Fill your mind with something else. Call someone who's going to tell you something comforting and have the right words for you at that time. The fourth tip I have for us at this point is to learn to see things from the other person's perspective as well. You're not always right. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter where you've gotten to today, you're not always correct. Learn to see things from other people's perspective. If you are standing there and I'm standing here and there's a massive 9 written in front of me, I'm seeing a 9. You're probably seeing a 6. Okay? If there was a number 3 written here, I'm seeing a 3. This guy here is seeing an M, and this guy here is seeing a W, you're probably seeing an E. So get yourself out of your shoes, out of your comfort zone, listen to that other person. Why did they react the way they did? No matter how much you feel you're the right one, you've analyzed and you've thought of it, listen to the other person. It doesn't cost you anything. At the end of the day, you may still be right, but give them that opportunity to talk. Okay? Give it to them. Give them the opportunity to talk. Stop feeling bad. Stop feeling bad about yourself, about everything going on. Oh, if my father was rich, this wouldn't be happening to me today. And that's it. For the rest of the day, that's what you're thinking of. The fact you came from a family that is different. Even those people you tend to see as rich, trust me, they go through a lot of things that they cannot even share with people. They go through they make a lot of mistakes as well. Control your emotions. Don't allow little things that happen around you to determine how you react and how you face life. And ultimately, the last point, the 5th point I want to just give us today is to talk to God. At the end of the day, the Almighty God is our burden bearer. You may be feeling something, you may have heard something you need to react to. Learn to speak to God. Learn to, go to Him, go to the place of prayer, worship Him, praise Him. Just spend time in His presence, and then He's going to lift that burden up from your mind. That's why I say to people, always have that personal relationship with God. It is not equal to anything else in the Christian faith. It's not equal to the thousands of messages you will hear. It's not equal to your parents or your loved ones asking you to come to church or to pay your offering. That personal relationship is the most important thing. And when you have it, God comes through at any time, at every time for His children. Okay, so those were the 5 points, guys. I really hope we remember them as we go along. Whichever just crosses your mind, think of it. Don't react too quickly. Speak to someone, start a journal, speak to God, view things from their perspective. write 1 to 1,000. Just calm down, yeah. And I'm definite that we're all gonna pull through, especially these hard times, pull through at the end successfully. So yes guys, thanks so much for watching up until this end. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know, how you control your emotions when you feel sad, when you're afraid, when you're happy and high up there. What do you do, to relieve stress, to relieve pain? Just let me know what you do to control your emotions. And thank you so very much. If you've watched up until this end, you are super amazing. Don't forget to subscribe, it's absolutely free. Yes, I will definitely see you again in my next video. Bye.